Hello my dears, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I'm Shannon, and today we've got another spoiler-free book review to share with you guys. And today we are talking about This Skin Was Once Mine and Other Disturbances by LaRocca. Now this is, I believe, the fourth book of Eric's that I've read. The first one was Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke and Other Misfortunes, I believe. And wow, I had heard so many people talking about that book, and so when I finally was able to get a copy of it on NetGalley, I was like, okay, I need to read this. And wow. So this current book is 4 short stories, and I'll tell you, as much as I love horror, the kind of horror that they write is one that I don't tend to seek out a lot. I find it often really uncomfortable. There's often body horror involved. And if you've been around my channel for a while, you know that's not really my favorite kind of horror to read. But after I read that first story, there's something about the way Eric tells a story that is so compelling that no matter how uncomfortable I get reading them, I can't stop going back and reading them. So like I said, this is the 4th book, and I can only imagine I'll be reading anything that they put out for the rest of the time. Anyway, so like I said, 4 short stories. Short story reviews are hard to do because you don't want to say too much, right? So now in a minute, I'll just sort of read you the blurb from the book, and there's a little blurb for each of the stories so you can kind of get an idea. There's a lengthy warning at the beginning of this book, letting people know some of the content that they'll find inside, which if you're familiar with Eric, you know what kind of stories they write, so it won't be anything unusual. But if you're new to their work, definitely take heed, because some of it can be really, really difficult to read. But like I said, he's such an incredible storyteller that I keep going back. So let me get my glasses so I can read it. And here we go. So, a brand new collection of 4 intense, claustrophobic, and terrifying horror tales from the Bram Stoker Award nominated and Splatterpunk Award winning author of Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. 4 devastating tales from a master of modern horror. This Skin Was Once Mine, the title story. When her father dies under mysterious circumstances, Gillian Finch finds herself grieving the man she idolized, while struggling to feel comfortable in the childhood home she was sent away from nearly 20 years ago by her venomous mother. Then, Gillian discovers a dark secret in her family's past, a secret that will threaten to undo everything she has ever known to be true about her beloved father and, more importantly, herself. It's only natural to hurt the things we love the most. Then the second story is called Seedling. A young man's father calls him early in the morning to say that his mother has passed. He arrives home to find his mother's body still in the house. Struggling to process what has happened, he notices a small black wound appear on his wrist. The inside of the wound is black as onyx and as seemingly limitless as the cosmos. He's even more unsettled when he discovers his father is cursed with the same affliction. The young man becomes obsessed with his father's new wounds, exploring the boundless insides and tethering himself to the black threads that curl from inside his poor father. Prickle. 2 old men revive a cruel game with devastating consequences. And these are in order. Prickle is actually the 4th story. Then the 3rd one is All the Parts of You That Won't Easily Burn. That's such a great title. Enoch Ledbetter goes to buy a knife for his husband to use at a forthcoming dinner party. He encounters a strange shopkeeper who draws him into an intoxicating new obsession and sets him on a path towards mutilation and destruction. So, there you go. They're incredible. They're incredible. I think my overall rating for this is going to be a 4.5, rounded up to a 5. Just because 2 of the stories were 5s for me and 2 were 4s. So, I mean, that's pretty great. So I think I'll round it up and give it a 5. the first story, the title story, which I find tends to be the case with his books, which is probably why Eric uses that as the title, are the strongest stories. Like that first story, The Skin Was Once Mine, is so good. It's the kind of story that I was like, I need more of this story. I need the history. I need what happens next. It's that kind of story. You're kind of plopped in the middle and then pulled back out. And I do love that though, when a short story leaves you wanting more. But yeah, I feel like that could have made an excellent full-length novel. The second story was a 4. So the first one was a 5. The second story for me was a 4. The third one was a 5, and then the fourth one was a 4. So if you like feeling uncomfortable when you read stories, if you like when you get just that skin crawling feeling, I think you'd like this. And especially if you've read any of Eric's other work, then you know what to expect, and it doesn't disappoint at all, in my opinion. And I just can't wait to see what comes next for Eric. I feel like the sky's the limit. They're just so creative, and yeah, they just know how to get right under your skin in the way that all good horror should. But that's gonna do it for me for today. It's a short one because of course I can't give any spoilers away. And this book comes out April 2nd, so less than a month now. Mark your calendars. And thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, I hope you'll subscribe. And I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.